I'm sorry, world.
What the hell?
I'm picking some real gems this year.
Oh my god.
You can blame this one on Fangoria, though.
Yeah. Well, I can see why people who like Fangoria.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a knock to people who like Fangoria, but
no,
the gore's okay. And
yeah,
Laid to Rest. Sorry,
Laid to Rest.
Laid to Rest.
Sorry that it's not streaming anymore.
Yes, the Stars deal really kind of screwed us over. So the Stars Netflix deal, fell through, and all those movies are gone.
Yeah.
So I couldn't watch this on Netflix. So I had to pay money for it. This might be my least favorite movie that we watched so far.
It was pretty bad.
It's pretty bad, and it's not. Bigfoot was really bad. Don't get me wrong, but. Some of that had to do with how we watched it.
Yeah.
It was audio commentary and finding out the gags.
And it at least had that birdemic quality that
super low budge.
You can make fun of it, and this one it was just so awfully bad that I would have felt bad making fun of it.
It's not me. I was correct.
Well, yeah, but it's I don't know. It's a different kind of bad too. That it's hard to like. I don't know. There's not that humor involved. It's just excruciating.
Yeah, it's
instead
not
of
cornball-y. It's not trauma bad.
Yeah,
it's just
bad.
It might be one of the stupidest movies I've seen in a long time.
There's a sequel now too.
So stupid.
Yeah. Everyone in it is stupid. It's really obnoxious. Down to everything about it. The acting, the music,
really
the sound effects, the camera, even some of the camera shots and angles.
There's lots of we could sit here all day and pick it apart. It's overly edited. You have these. Yeah. A static. It's just a shot of a person. There's no rhyme or reason to the edit. It's like swish here.
There was that one scene where I think it was when they went back to the funeral home the first time, and the two guys were walking through, and it was like them walking, and there would just be like these weird random shots inserted while they were walking for nothing other than to make it kinetic. Just like flashes.
Because it couldn't do it on its own, so it had to rely on snappy editing.
I want to know how they got 2.5 moderately famous people to agree to be in this movie.
Yeah, moderately. Yeah, the keyword.
Because there was. Well, I would consider two of them pretty. Famous enough. The one guy, the guy's brother that gets.
Who's in it for all?
Yeah. He was in that. He was in That Thing You Do.
Yeah.
And he's been in some other stuff too.
Yeah. I say not really famous because I don't know their names.
Oh, Jonathan Skake or Sketch. I don't know how you pronounce it. And the other one is Lena Headey. Yeah. That was the guy's wife. She's been in a fair amount of stuff as well. And then the other kid that survives with her at the end.
Oh, I didn't recognize.
I've seen him in his name's Thomas Dekker, because I remember in the opening credits I saw the name and I was like, that name sounds moderately familiar to me, and I know I've seen him in a couple of other things. I couldn't tell you what they were at this point, but it's not
the movie
I was surprised to see faces that I recognize, especially the guy from That Thing You Do.
Mark Wahlberg's in The Happening, so
yeah, but that's
sorry, that's the cheap shot at Shyamalan.
I kind of like that movie. So.
Yeah, I hate that movie. It has a production value. It's not not like a low budget. It doesn't have a low budget feel to it.
No.
It's just at every corner. It's almost like it's, I don't know, intentionally being obtuse and just saying, I don't care what makes a movie good. I'm just going to make what I want to make.
Yeah.
And it just ends up being this hot, steaming pile of mess. It's terrible. It's so bad. Nothing makes sense. Well, let's hold out here for the rest of the night instead of driving to the nearest fucking town.
Yeah.
They have a car and everything's running out of gas. Telephones, cars, legs, knives. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
It's very bad.
I don't even know what it's about. Some guy with a chrome skull mask is killing people.
Yeah, he's really a serial killer.
And he's videotaping it cause.
Yeah. Maybe that's the only thing. I mean, because since he dies at the end, the only thing I think for the sequel is that it's like where did Chrome Skull come from? Because it's called Chrome Skull : Laid to Rest too.
It's like an Origins or something.
Laid to Rest. Like it doesn't even, other than the fact that it opens in a. Well, I guess it's headquarters on the funeral home.
I think there's enough stuff, like funeral stuff in there to call it Laid to Rest. The title's my least, the thing I take least issue with in this movie. Some of the gore's okay. We said,
I mean, it's the same exact effect every time.
Well, the sawing off the head part with the really serrated knife.
Yeah, even though he's not using the serrated edge,
no,
he's using the smooth edge,
they did that a few times. But I mean, it was okay. The gore was fine, and which is why I think it was.
I'm sure.
A Fangoria pick because whatever. It was gruesome. In fact, I'll go my favorite scene, which is not even a favorite scene. It's more like, that's a different effect. It's just when he put the glue on the mask and was peeling it off, and the skin was coming off with it. I was like, that's fine. That's decently well done. It was pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
And that's not even a scene. That's just a special effect that I'm taking as my favorite scene in this movie. I don't know if you want to pick anything.
My favorite scene was
so stupid.
I would say the cops pulling up
at the end,
because it's the end of the movie.
Fair enough.
Yep.
When was this made?
I would say a few years ago.
A few years ago?
I would say maybe 4, 5 at
Only
the most.
4?
Because
the high-tech guy in this movie is using just a regular CRT dial-up.
Oh, yeah. No, I think maybe because they're supposed to be in, like, the boonies. That's all they have access to. I don't know.
I grew up in the boonies. I don't even know. I had an LCD monitor.
Yeah.
Satellite internet, even though it sucks. Oh, my God. Cell phones weren't smartphones, so they weren't.
No. I don't think it's that old, honestly.
Well, shame on them. It was really bad. There's nothing. Don't see this movie. Do not waste your time with this movie, and we apologize if you watched it and following along with what we're doing this month.
Yeah. But I guess in that way, someone else has felt our pain.
Yeah, if you want to be, yeah. I guess if you want to be a jerk about it.
At this point, yes.
You come down with us, folks.
This movie makes me want to be an a-hole.
Yeah, you got to circle the drain. Just right along with us. See, he's a jerk. That would hurt a lot. That's how you can grab it later. Thankfully, tomorrow we are watching a horror classic. I won't say it's a good movie. It's not a good movie, but it is a cult classic, and for good reason. Even though there's some, I think it's very abrasively stupid as well.
I have not seen this movie.
You've not seen this movie. It's worth watching. It's definitely, if you're a horror fan, it's definitely worth watching. We are watching The Return of the Living Dead tomorrow. You can still find this streaming on Netflix, I think. I don't think that was part of the Stars deal, so I believe it's still up there. You can find it anywhere, actually. If you can go buy it in one of those 5 movies in 1 packs at Walmart or Kmart for $5. But it's not as bad as Bigfoot or Laid to Rest. Yep. It's very 80s, which is why I love it. It is the quintessential 80s movie. So check us out tomorrow on Movie Creeps or on YouTube, however you're digesting or consuming these videos. I guess you do it in reverse order, though. Bye! I'm gonna go purge my brain of what I just saw. Brain's gonna go off into oblivion over there. Bye!